In today's video, I'll be showing you one of the most popular cakes, the carrot cake. This cake is packed with carrots, walnuts, and spices. It's insanely moist and filled with cream cheese icing. So let's go and show you how to make this great cake. I will start and butter my cake tins. Here I'm using 8-inch pans. And then I will place a parchment paper on the bottom of the pans, just to prevent the cakes from sticking. So this is just an optional step. You can just skip this and just leave it with the butter. And I'll add a tablespoon of flour and just kick it around the sides and set them aside. Shred 450 grams of carrots. I always like to use a scale when preparing my cakes, just to make sure you will have a perfect result. For our dry ingredients, add 300 grams or 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour into a large bowl under a sifter. We will add to it 2 teaspoons of baking soda and 2 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of allspices, and half a teaspoon of cardamom, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And last thing, 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. Sift them out and give it a whisk. Set these aside. And now for our wet ingredients, we'll need 3/4 cup of sour cream or yogurt and 3/4 cup of vegetable oil, half a cup of applesauce. To get the applesauce, just boil 2 peeled apples and then mash them in a food processor and let them cool. 1 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of extract vanilla, and I'll add 3 large eggs on room temperature. So these all should be on room temperature. And just give them a good whisk. And set them aside. Now here I have a cup of chopped walnuts or pecans. I'll just toss them with a bit of our dry ingredients and set them aside. Now we will add our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients and combine them together. But just make sure don't over whisk them. Now I'll add the walnuts and the carrots, of course. And mix them again. Now, because I will decorate the cake with cream cheese frosting, I want my cakes to be flat and moist, so I will be using some foil. Just measure it around your pan and we will wet some kitchen towel and we will fold them like this. You can also use cake strips and I'll leave a link if you want to have a look on them in the description box. But this is a cheap way to do this, and you will get the same results. Now bring your pan and just place this around the pan. Bring the ends of it together and just press them like this. And here you go. How easy was that? So we will pour the batter into the pan and we will bake them on 177 Celsius for about 40 to 50 minutes. By the way, I've added 650 grams in each pan, just to have a similar size cakes. And while the cake is baking, I'll start making some cream cheese frosting. We will mix 339 grams of butter, room temperature please, with 2 blocks of cream cheese, also at room temperature. And we will mix them with a paddle attachment until it's creamy. Now we will add about 800 grams of icing sugar and 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. And make sure to cover your stand mixer very well, otherwise you will get the same results that I had and you will have to clean for a few hours after you finish this cake. So keep going. And yes, this is a huge amount of sugar, but because we need to cover the whole cake with frosting, this amount of sugar is needed. So you can go ahead and add less sugar, but you won't be able to cover the whole cake as the frosting will be droopy. So you can just add the frosting on the top of your cake without covering the sides. It's much easier if you can use a stand mixer because this needs a bit of time. So as you can see, our frosting is becoming creamy and silky. So we are almost there. Now I'll add a pinch of salt. It's all good to go. Now I'll pop this in the fridge for around 20 minutes and then I'll transfer it to a piping bag and we will be ready to decorate the cake. So here are the cakes, cooled down, and look how flat they are. And you can see how moisty they are. So moist, not burned, great for decorating. So I'll just start decorating the cake. You can do it the way you like. You can add more icing if you want, but I need just a little bit of icing. Using a turnable cake stand while decorating make your life much easier. I've got the stand from Amazon and it's cheap and very handy and comes with a whole bunch of things for cake decorating. So I'll leave the link in the description box for you to have a look. If you feel while decorating your cake that your frosting is falling apart and you can't control it anymore, just pop it in the fridge and then it will be settled and it will be much easier for you to work on it. You can add more icing if you want and just cover it perfectly, but yeah. And now I'll add a skirt of roasted pecans or walnuts and just decorate the cake the way you like. And here is our beautiful carrot cake. We will slice a piece just to show you the inside of the cake. So as you can see, I'll take you a little bit closer to the cake. Yeah, here you go. So as you can see, it's very moist and looking so good. Thank you guys for watching and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.